So a couple years back, there was a rapper by the name of Tay-K who essentially blew up because of a song titled The Race, where essentially he documents exactly how he took another young man's life and then was on the run from the police, right? And he continues to repeat things like, F a beat, I just want to beat the case, or I'm not going to beat the case, so I have to do the race. It's almost like a full confessional, straight self-snitching, which is essentially 50+% of quote unquote rap music coming out nowadays. It's some dude who is dumb enough to admit every single one of their heinous crimes. Now, I'm actually a fan of this. Not the music or the messaging, but I'm a fan of the fact that they're making it so easy to get this criminal element out of our environments. Right? These people are the agents of chaos and they need to go. We need to stop glorifying them and instead put them behind bars. Now, this dude was probably 17, maybe 18 years old when he first put the song out. Might have even been 16 years old. But anyway, they end up catching up with him. He is charged as an adult. He is put on trial for years. I mean, the dude has literally shapeshifted. He has gone from a boy to a quote unquote man while in prison, before even getting his full sentencing, because it was quite the case. Now, we are now in, I guess, the tail end of this case where he has essentially gotten his sentencing actually as of yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and watch that. And then, I'm going to break that down. I'm going to give my 2.5 cents on that. So let's get into it.
But now at 5, the verdict is in for the trial of rapper Taymor McIntyre, also known as Tay-K. A jury found McIntyre guilty of, but not guilty of capital murder. McIntyre was accused of robbing and killing photographer Mark Anthony Saldivar in 2017. His defense argued that physical evidence and witness testimony do not link McIntyre to the crime. The next step is the sentencing phase, which is happening right now. McIntyre faces anywhere between 5 to 99 years in prison.
As the prosecutor said in her closing argument, that
5 to 99 years is a crazy spectrum. 5 to 99?
Taymor treated this boy as a piece of trash, then the implication should be that you should treat him as a piece of trash. Isn't always the answer. Yes, the Bible talks about eye for an eye, but that's the Old Testament. And there is good news, and it's to turn the other cheek.
Nah, y'all need to stop bringing Jesus up in these courtrooms. Stop it. Stop it. You are cap. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, where was the turning the other cheek when he took that young man's life? Where was it when he was doing the race and he was beating a case? Let me go ahead and read some of these lyrics because I got them pulled up right now. Let's see. F a beat. I was trying to beat a case, but I ain't beat the case. I did the race. Beat it up where I shawty's face. Okay. I have no idea why that's in there. Ellie blast cracking foes like a vase. Papa, then I go out my way. Do the dash, then I go out the way. Okay. Do the dash. So I run, I'm out the way. I'm hiding for the crime that I committed. Got you. Robber, shoes. Robber, lace. Okay. So he's going to steal your shoes and steal your shoelaces. We trying to see 100 bands in our face. All right. It's deep, profound stuff there, young man. What else do we have? PIMP gonna be eating good noodles every day. B word. I got the B word. Drawing doodles. Tay-K paint the way. You're a simp. That's the ad lib. You're a simp. Just gotta throw that in there. Choppa tear your buddies into fish fillet. So he is indeed going to serve you up some fish, and by fish he means basically putting bullet holes into another human being. I woke up too moody. Who gon' lose their life today? Unalive an F-boy in his mother effing face. Okay. Gotta go that way. You gotta get right. Okay, so he's not only gonna, take your life, he's also gonna rob you. He's robbing a lot of people, taking a lot of people's lives in that song. And now we got to turn the other cheek. Okay.
This marks McIntyre's second murder conviction. He was previously convicted of murder for a deadly home invasion in North Texas back in 2019.
So,
in that case, he was sentenced to 55 years in prison. We've been following this trial since the beginning and will continue.
All right. Well, we just received the news today that young Tay-K will be doing 80 years in the state penitentiary. Well, probably federal penitentiary, honestly. I think it might be a Fed case. So yeah, he'll be doing 80 years behind bars. 80 years. Good riddance. Well deserved. Here's the thing. There's one thing to get in a situation where it's, let's say, self-defense or whatever it may be, genuine self-defense. It's maybe something to be young and to be so given over to that ghetto mentality that you end up taking somebody's life. It's another thing completely when you do that, you take somebody's life and then you start to brag about it. You make a song about it. You built an entire career up off of it. You are essentially being rewarded for your most heinous and vile acts. That's something in and of itself that is disgusting. And that's the culture. It's a culture that celebrates Tay-K. It's a culture that screams, free Tay-K. He didn't do nothings. So when I say good riddance, you may think that this is a lack of compassion. You know, don't you have a heart? Yeah, I have a heart. I have a heart for the young man whose life was taken. I have a heart for him, for the young photographer, videographer, whoever it was whose life was taken. I have a heart for whoever it was whose life was taken during that home invasion. Yeah, I definitely have a heart. I have a heart for those individuals, but not for an individual who is celebrating. The only reason he's looking like he's looking now, the only reason he looks slightly remorseful at this point, you know, he got all of a sudden he got glasses and stuff. He used to, the original Tay-K. Let me see if we can find just the original Tay-K. Look, yep, money spread Tay-K. There he is. That's him right there. That's him right there. Original YN right there. Look at that. From this to that. From this to that. Now all of a sudden, he's converted to Islam. All of a sudden, he's given his life to the Lord. Buddy, you're going to experience what it is that you did, which was to take a life. This is not an eye for an eye even, because you're still alive and you still have the opportunity to have another day above ground. That young man whose life you took does not. So, yeah, the culture failed you as a child, and then you failed yourself. And you made a conscious decision to then essentially make this job extremely easy for whoever it was that was on the prosecution side. You made this a very easy job. You made this an easy job for the jury. You made an easy job for the judge. It was right there. You told them exactly what happened. And, you know, I hear this message sometimes. Well, they shouldn't use lyrics. It's freedom of speech, blase, blase, blah. I don't believe in that. I believe when you have a trial such as this, which is somebody's life is taken, etc., there are these heinous crimes that are committed, you should have every single word, you know, like it says in that scripture that they want to bring up, that you will hold account for every single word. No word will be in vain. No word will just bypass. Every word you will be accountable for. So they pulled up them lyrics all right, and they read about you beating a case and doing the race and doing this and that in somebody's face. You drew it out so perfect. Some of y'all be so creative with y'all self-snitching, so eloquent in the way, so descriptive. And it's truly unfortunate because these are like gifted young dudes. I mean, how old was he when he wrote this song? How old is this Tay-K guy right now? Let's see. How old is he? He's only 24 years old. When did the song come out? Let's see. Can we find when this song came out? 2019. Boom, boom, boom. That 80, I just saw the 80-year sentence again, and my goodness. My goodness. Let me see if I can find. Okay, there we go. 16, blah, blah, blah. So 2017. Wow. So he was in XXL 2018. So that means 7 years ago. Buddy, you were 17 years old. 17 years old. And now you'll be spending the rest of your existence in a cell because of this decision that you made. These YNs out here and grown-ass men who have this YN mentality, everything that comes as a byproduct of the decisions that you make, you deserve. There's no crying victim. There's no, oh, well, Christ would say, turn the other cheek. Now we're in the New Testament. None of that is considered when it comes to the true justice system. You will never get away. And you might, maybe in this lifetime, you end up getting away with it. Maybe you did do the race. Maybe you did beat the case. But there's going to be a time, a moment. Your moment's going to come. There's a dude by the name of Big U who the character of Debo from Friday is based on. He is now facing, let's just say, the rest of his life. As a almost 60-year-old man, he is facing basically the rest of his life in prison off of a RICO case because of a host of different things, from, plots of paying people to unalive people, unaliving people himself, extortion, robbery, fraud, etc. You think you got away with it. You're 60 years old. You think, oh, well, it's over. Now you're pretending to be a man in the community, etc. Guess what? The feds were watching the entire time. They finally got you. And now you're out here crying victim. Well, when a black man, yeah, this is real. I'll have to report on this again. But, he's going on about how a black man, when the black man tries to do something for the community, for black people, all of a sudden, no, it ain't got shit to do with a black man doing anything for the black community. Stop it. Stop it. You are now facing the consequences for the decisions that you made. That's what that's about. So this is a culture that serves us no good. I believe that it is time for us to completely dissolve ourselves of this. We want nothing to do with it anymore. We're good. So let's go ahead and see some of these comments from the original post that I saw from a DJ Academics. Hip hop is most a favoritist of journalistists. So damn, bro lost the race. He sure did. Everybody says free Tay-K. Yeah, he will be free in 80 years. Bro deserve every year he got. Yup. That's a crazy picture. Young Thug, 15 years of probation himself. Nigga will get out right before the next Cardi album. That's crazy. Tay-K, when he get out of prison, it's been 80 for, when he get out of prison. That's cute. That's a death sentence. Yeah, it is a death sentence. And they said, what is a crime? Figure it out. What sort of crime do you have to commit in order to get them type of years? Judge said, yep, judge cleaned up house. 80 years wasn't enough. He should have got to live at all. He shouldn't get to live at all. Lord have mercy, dyslexia. The free him crowd already in. Of course they are. They're always there. Enjoy prison, whoever you are. They don't even know who he is. They want him to. I hope you rot in hell. Is that 80 years in white years or black years? Okay. The Tay-K's lawyer. Yeah. Let's see. What's he talking about?
Bad news, they gave you life. We got good and bad news. Good news, we got your payment, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
Drewski's crazy. All right, a couple more. The Race is a good song. Okay. Sad. Damn, that's basically life. Yup. Yeah, as he should be. Sucks that such a talented kid ruined his life for nothing like that. But this is FAFO. Yeah, I often say this is a law of FAFO. That's what that is. This is the law of FAFO. And if you think that you are immune, that you're absolved from universal law, universal principle, God's ultimate judgment, you got something else coming. You have something else coming. Your time's next. Whenever that is. Again, it might be the next moment, next year, next 10 years, 30 years. You made it to the other side. You wake up. Judgment. Do good, do right by yourself, do right by the people around you. It's really that simple. Stay out the way. You don't need to give yourself to this culture. This culture has nothing for you. Simple as that. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till the next time. Sayonara. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Now, if you'd like to stay around, make sure to click that little subscribe button down there, or you can show some love by going to the description below and clicking on the button titled Buy Me a Coffee. Leave a little something there, or click on the Cash App. Leave a little something here. Till the next time, peace.
I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 365, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up, you know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises, you get to praising.